Dune Part 2 is a love letter to sci-fi. It was one of my most anticipated movies of 2024 and it did not disappoint. And it's definitely the best movie I've seen this year by far. Dare I say, it was almost perfect.
Really? No.
Okay, maybe not perfect, but it was crazy good to say the least. My favorite aspect of the movie was the world building and the deep lore that is Dune.
Then I have to do a deep dive.
Because the first movie left me with so many questions. But I feel like with this sequel, they genuinely answered a lot of them. Don't get me wrong, I still have plenty more. But I feel satisfied as a viewer for the new information we got. But mainly, I'm just excited to learn more.
Nerd!
Wait, what?
Now, to get more movie specific, Dune Part 2 feels like a coming out party for Paul. As the main protagonist or antagonist, depending on who you ask, Paul's rise was epic. It just felt like he couldn't miss in this movie, bro. And if that didn't convince you, Still God was there to remind you the whole movie. And I can't lie, seeing Paul rise to the occasion time and time again throughout this movie had me super hyped. And I know I can't be the only one because all of these Star Wars comparisons, good or bad, is flooding the timeline.
This is the way.
And y'all know me, bro. I love Star Wars, but I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the comparison because for one, if you ask me, it feels like they're putting this franchise before it can even really get started in a box. And if you want to get technical, Dune came out way before Star Wars. I just want Dune to be able to create a lane for itself, and you know, we're only 2 movies in, bro. Just let them cook.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Granted, this movie does have that classic hero's journey type vibe with a little chosen one energy sprinkled on top.
You were the chosen one!
But at the same time, you could tell that the plot is a lot deeper than just Paul's storyline. Matter of fact, you could tell that it's a lot deeper than the first 2 movies.
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts. These facts are not facts.
One of the reasons why is because of how fluent the cast rotation is. Because they ain't afraid of killing anybody off. And, you know, they do a great job of establishing new characters when we do lose old ones. So it makes the movie feel a lot more alive. But remember when I said this movie is almost perfect? Let's talk about that almost part, because the only thing that's really holding Dune back is the actual wars.
That's why no one will remember your name.
Don't get me wrong, the isolated fights are elite for the most part, but the big battles and war portions of the film really felt too one-sided. And the main issue is they spend all of this time, you know, in preparation and having these conversations that end up feeling pointless. Now, I can't lie, I don't ever get tired of seeing the Fremen pop out the sand ready to rumble. I just really wish there was some pushback from the opposition. I don't care how much prep time you have.
I'm Batman.
But let's switch up the pace a little bit, because I want to talk a little bit about the love interest in this movie. Something we were actually robbed of in the first movie.
You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray.
They killed it this go around. The newfound triangle between Paul, Chani, and the princess is going to be one for the ages. Because for one, we spent most of the movie seeing Paul and Chani boo loving in the corner type beat. But while they was over there boo loving, the princess was over here playing politics with a Bene Gesserit. So things are bound to get tricky with Paul's newfound position. Or should I say take it? That boy's playing a very dangerous game if you ask me.
Do you like her?
Yeah, I don't know.
But in all seriousness, Zendaya's portrayal of Chani was great. She not only grounded the movie, but she stuck to her convictions regardless of what Paul had going on. And you gotta respect that, you know what I'm saying? Plus, the way things are going, bruh, Paul's gonna have to make some tough decisions that aren't so black and white. I just hope that, you know, Chani's gonna be there to help make him, cause Paul might have the heart of his father, but that blue juice got his mind doing some crazy things. But enough of this love triangle talk, bro. This is not Love is Blind.
It should have been me, not him!
All things considered, the future looks very bright for Dune. Learning about the Empire and their roles in the prophecy on Arrakis and everything that comes with this desert power, it was just poetic. Plus, with not only talks, but action in this so-called Holy War, things will get even more interesting very, very fast. And I'm just excited to see what Paul's gonna be able to come up with to keep this power that, you know, he never really wanted. But all in all, this movie was great, bro. They made this movie feel like one big puzzle where you don't know what the image is going to be until the very end.
I'm gonna do you
puzzle.
And it still, to this day, feels like there's so much more to discover. And that's mainly the reason why I gave it a 9 out of 10, because outside of like the big battle and warfare type moments, what more could you really ask for? Because seeing Paul become like one with the desert is one thing, you know, you kind of expect that going into the second movie, but seeing him gain the trust of the people is a whole nother thing. Plus that speech was freaking incredible, bro.
Oh my God, bro, is dick riding all you do?
What separates this movie from the rest is that they really take the necessary steps to fully flesh out these characters, and we get to see that progress throughout the film. Because when you look at his character on a core level, his pursuit of revenge, vengeance, freedom from the powers at be makes sense.
I'm vengeance.
But you don't really expect to be thrown into this chasm of like politics and secret agendas and visions from people that are not even born yet. Like, that is where the sci-fi part takes over, and I freaking love it. This movie is amazing, bro, and you know, it makes the first one just that much more satisfying to watch, because they really just drop you right back into the world. That's kind of really how it feels, and it has me super excited for the next one to come out, and I can't wait. That's all I really got for Dune Part 2. If you enjoyed this review, here's another one we think that you would like. And if you want to hear a longer, deeper conversation about Dune Part 2, definitely check out the podcast where me and my homie Chris go on, not necessarily a debate every single time, but have a longer conversation about the movie. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, I'll see y'all next Friday. Peace.